Let's just say in theory that I had spent $10 million building a real estate system that was fully turnkey, that would find the very best deals, buy them, and take care of everything and manage it. That'd be pretty amazing. But even more amazing would be if I actually allowed you to inherit my system. And friends, that's actually what today's conversation is about. It's about what is my turnkey system and how can you leverage it to make millions of dollars for you.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
Turnkey, fully automated real estate investing is here, but you got to pay for it, or do you? Hang out for the end of the video and I'm going to share with you how you can access this entire team. It's amazing. So check it out. Let's talk about what turnkey actually means. There's a lot of people out there in the game of real estate that are like, Kris, I actually don't want to learn how to do real estate, or rather, I don't want to actually be the one doing it. Like, I've got a career, I got a family life, I got hobbies, I got things that I'm into, and I don't really think I can get into real estate. You want to know the number one reason why people really don't get into real estate? It's not because it takes money. It's not because they are afraid of the risk. It's because they're afraid of putting in the work. They don't want to do it. They're afraid they're going to get locked into doing something that they don't want to do, or that they don't enjoy, or they just don't want to be that real estate person. Because heck, why can't it be as easy as a 401k? Even though it's broken, I can at least give them my money and they'll do it. Why can't it be as easy as the S&P 500? I don't have to do anything, I just give them my money. You're not getting the result you want, but you do like being able to hand it off. That has never existed in real estate functionally before. The closest we've ever come is what's called a REIT. It's a real estate investment trust. It's essentially a vehicle where you just dump money in, and then they're doing everything in bulk, and then you get a piece of the action. In principle, it makes sense, but what I want to share with you today is different and something that can't be found anywhere else. So I have built my own private real estate team, and my private team consists of 200 individuals. It's a $10 million system, and I'm going to teach you right now how to hijack it, because people will actually pay money to leverage my system and get access to the very best deals out there. And why are they doing this? Number one is because they love the fact that I have a system. If I showed you my last 1,000 deals, they all look identical because they're all within a box. There is no committee that meets and determines whether we should or shouldn't buy a property because the algorithm tells us everything. So part of that system is saying we have expectations for minimum cash on cash, overall ROI, for the size of the house, the price per square footage for the area, the side of the neighborhood and the train tracks that it should be on. In other words, we have all of this criteria that tells us what perfect is, which is why we have to vet thousands of properties to find 20 or 30 good ones. Every week, 1,000 properties to find 10 to actually put offers in on. Think about that for just a moment, right? If you were going to buy 30 or 40 or 50 homes this month, you'd have to go through 5,000 homes. Investors aren't doing that. And I'm telling you right now, they're cutting corners and they're making really big mistakes, and they shouldn't do that. So the alternative is to find a private team that isn't a REIT that you can hack into and still get individual ownership instead of losing that control with a REIT, real estate investment trust. It's like the stock market of real estate that the government said we needed to bring about in the 70s. Who cares? Number one is there's a system for why it works. Number two is there's a massive research team that actually vets all the properties to make sure that you get the right ones. And number three, how you really win in real estate is by doing real estate in bulk. And what I mean by bulk is if I buy 500 homes in one area, I can go to the property manager, a mid-grade one, and give them these 500 homes, and they're going to treat me like gold because I just tripled the size of their company or doubled the size of their company. And trust me, they need to deliver on all of them. They're not individual accounts. They treat them as one, even though there's individual ownership. I win in bulk when China's delivering carpet by the roll with the color that works in that particular part of town and area, or tile that we're getting for all the houses so we save on waste. Or check this one out. You ever hire a contractor and felt like they were like charging you double or triple? Well, when that contractor is doing home after home after home all the same way, and they get repeat business, guess what happens to the price? It goes down predictably. Bulk is really how you win in the game of real estate. And yet, how do you get bulk and get individual ownership? That's essentially what I've created that I'm making available to you. And at the end, I'm going to share a really exciting announcement about that. But I want you to understand that when I go to a property manager and say, I want you to charge 6 or 8% instead of 10, why would they do that for me? Because of bulk. So bulk is the secret to freaking crushing it. Now, by the way, if you're sitting there like, Kris, why should I care? Maybe I have enough money to buy a house. Why should I care? I'm not using your system and buying in bulk. What I'm telling you is that you can use my system and have your one home be part of 1,000. And all of a sudden, guess what? You get the benefit of the group while maintaining that individual ownership. That's pretty cool, right? So I have this brand new program called Real Estate Maverick. And my Mavericks get to leverage my team. As long as you as a Maverick, which could be you, if you click the link below and talk to my team and become a Real Estate Maverick, if you actually say, okay, Kris, as long as you find investors that can become partners with me, I'll give up some of my ownership. In fact, half of my ownership, and you've just walked into real estate. Wait, am I saying that as a Real Estate Maverick, you find investors, people that are unsatisfied with their 401ks, IRAs, and retirement that have some money locked away in home equity and whatnot, and I can help them invest and I become partners with them and that I'll give some of that ownership to you? That's exactly what I'm saying. And it definitely goes one big step further. You can do it as much as you want. You can invite, maybe one partner buys 20 homes, and now you're an equal partner with me on all of those homes. Now, there's training on how to do this, but at the end of the day, if you like my YouTube videos, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna share my YouTube videos, you're gonna share my podcasts, my social media. I'm everywhere, I'm omnipresent, I'm all over the internet. And if you like some of the content, take it and share it with people, and in time, people are gonna come back and say, you know, this is real estate stuff with Kris is actually kind of interesting, and they talk to my team about partnering, and guess what? I have a whole system to track that back to you, and now make you a 1/4 owner in all of that real estate without putting money into the deal, without putting credit into the deal, and without doing any of the work on the deal. Now that, my friends, is revolutionary. And that's what it means to be a Real Estate Maverick. And if your head is spinning like, oh my gosh, there's so much there, you need to dial the link below, talk to my team and say, tell me what this is about. In fact, just read the page. You get a lot more information about it. Either way, thank you for letting me make this video, because real estate in bulk is here today for the individual. And normally that's just for REITs and private placements and special funds, but I found a way to bring it to the masses. I found a way to bring it to you. So I'm asking you in return that you bring it and that together we make magic happen. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.